Hey, what's up, VC? I'm back with a much-awaited Goodwill haul. This is all the stuff I've picked up in the last month that I've been absent from YouTube. I apologize, like I said in my last video, I've just been so busy with school, finishing essays and finals and all sorts of stuff. But this week coming up is actually my last week, so I'll be off for all summer. So be on the lookout for a bunch of videos. But yeah, without further ado, we'll get right into this. This is going to be a long video, so yeah, but there's some cool stuff. So this is just everything I found at Goodwill, like I said, over the last month or so. Most of this stuff, Goodwill recently started marking stuff down to 50 and 75% off, depending on the colors of the stickers and stuff. So most of the stuff I've gotten for 50 cents or a quarter. I'm not going to really list off prices because that would take too long, but just keep that in mind. Some of this stuff I did pay the full price for, but yeah. These cassettes I'm about to show, most of these were about 15 or 20 cents a piece, which is why I picked up some of them that, you know, this is stuff I usually wouldn't pick up at 60 or 79 cents a piece. The first one is Melissa Etheridge, Yes I Am, and I like the song I'm the Only One on there. And then I found Michael Jackson's Bad. Like I said, this is something I normally wouldn't pick up, but for 15 cents, couldn't pass that up. And then Julian Lennon, The Secret Value of Daydreaming. I've never heard any of his stuff, so figured I'd give it a shot for the cheap price. Then we got Cher, Heart of Stone. She's another one, you know, I wouldn't really pick this up normally, but for 15 cents, couldn't pass that up. Then we got Bonnie Raitt, Green Light. I was actually excited to find that because I do have quite a bit of Bonnie Raitt stuff, and I love her music. Then we have Nine Lives. Then we have George Michael, Faith. Another one that I probably wouldn't normally pick up. And then ELO's Greatest Hits. Then on to CDs. I have a huge stack here. So we'll try to get through this as fast as I can. First one is Donovan Frankenreader. I think that's how it is. Moved by Yourself, I guess. Something I normally wouldn't pick up, but for 25 cents, and I think it's a promo copy because it has a sticker here for a radio station or something, and the barcode's marked out. But yeah, I listened to it. It's just some folk music, which isn't very bad, so that was worth it. Then I found the Forrest Gump soundtrack. This has some cool stuff on here. Elvis Hound Dog, The Doors, Three Dog Night, Leonard Skinner, Willie Nelson, Jefferson Airplane, so for a quarter, couldn't pass that up. Then I got Toby Mac's City on Our Knees, CD single. I do like Toby Mac's music, so that was cool to find for a quarter. Then Krista Vox, The Bottom Line. This, I wasn't sure what it was, but I looked and they were talking about God and Jesus in here, so I figured it was some Christian stuff, and it is some Christian metal, which is pretty good. I like it, so that was cool to find. And then Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Lost Christmas Eve, some Christmas music, but TSO is associated with Savatage, which is one of my favorite bands, so figured for a quarter, couldn't pass that up. Then we got Changes Bowie, something I normally wouldn't pick up, but for a quarter. And this is actually a UK press of that. And then King's X, Out of the Silent Planet. I know Scott Waters likes this band. I haven't listened to this particular album yet, but I have listened to some of their music and I like it quite a bit. So that was cool to find. And then The Chieftains. This is the album The Long Black Veil. This is another one I normally wouldn't have picked up, but I was looking at the back, and you know, there's a bunch of famous artists on here with the band playing songs. Like you got Mick Jagger, Van Morrison, Mark Knopfler, Ry Cooder, Tom Jones, and the Rolling Stones. So yeah, don't know what it is, don't know what kind of music it is, but just because of those people on there, I figured that was worth it. And then I got Celine Dion's Let's Talk About Love, featuring the hit My Heart Will Go On from the Titanic, which I kind of do like that song, so for a quarter, couldn't pass that up. And then the Jeff Healey Band, Hell to Pay. I like his music. Then we have the Beatles, Past Masters Volume 2. Don't have any Beatles on CD in my collection, so that was cool to find. Then we got Goodbye Cream, a great album. And Bob Dylan, Highway 61 Revisited. He's another one, you know, I've never really listened to any of his music, and I normally wouldn't pick it up, but since it was marked down so low, I couldn't pass it up. Then on to the vinyl. Got a bunch of stuff. This first one was $0.25, so that's why I bought it. And it's kind of a joke. I'm actually going to give it to my mom because this is one of her favorite singers, surprisingly. And I know the legendary Scott Waters likes him too. It is Donny Osmond's album Superstar. And this actually has the original poster with it, which is a huge poster of Donny. I'm not going to unfold it. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to give that to my mom for her birthday because she does like Donny. So that's cool to find for $0.25. And this was another one that was kind of a blind buy. It's Joe Bryant, Creatures of the Street. Wasn't sure what it was, but it was a promo copy, and it is a white label, I believe. Yes, on the Elektra label. And this is actually some early glam rock, kind of like David Bowie type stuff, so it wasn't very bad. I mean, it's not something I'm going to listen to a whole lot, but for what I paid for it, I'll listen to it a couple times. It wasn't that bad. Then I found this one for $0.25, something I normally wouldn't pick up as well. It's Melanie Stoneground Words. The reason I picked this up is it has the original fold-out picture poster deal, whatever you want to call it. So I figured just for that, it was probably worth it. And then another one I didn't know about. I still haven't listened to it. Don't know what it sounds like, but it's 15 Thoughts of Brinsley Schwarz. They're just a band from the UK, I guess. It's like a greatest hits type deal. And I was looking on the back, and Nick Lowe, I heard his name, and I was familiar with him. I forget what band he was in other than this, but this is actually a UK press made in England, and it has the original poster, which was an added bonus. So if anybody knows what this is, please let me know. And then I found the Babies, something I normally wouldn't pick up, but for $0.25, couldn't pass it up. It's in great shape. And then Classic Love Songs, it's a country compilation. You got Vince Gill, Alabama, Dolly Parton, Eddie Rabbitt, Ronnie Millsap on here. Just a bunch of cool songs, so figured I'd pick that up. And I found this, still in the shrink. It is Fleetwood Mac's self-titled album. And this has the original lyric sheet in it. It's a little stained from something, I don't know what it is. But yeah, the vinyl's kind of scratched up, but for $0.25, couldn't pass it up. And I found this. This was actually $1, so I mean, it was worth it though. It's Johnny Cash, 2 sensational albums on one hit package. It's the albums I Walk the Line and Rock Island Line, all put together in one set. And the records on this are in beautiful shape. They look near unplayed, except for the time I played them. So that was really cool to find. Then I found Hank Williams' Honky Tonkin' with a bunch of his great hits on there. This one's pretty beat up, but for $0.25, couldn't pass it up. And I didn't have any Hank Sr. in my collection until now. Then I found this album, which I was totally blown away to find this at Goodwill. The only time I found something similar to this at Goodwill that blew me away was when I found that Roy Gallagher Top Priority album. I never thought I'd find something like that in Sealy, Texas, where I live. It's just such a small country town. But this showed up the other day. It is Leslie West's The Great Gatsby. I've been looking for this album for a while. And yeah, it's pretty good. He does a cover of The House of the Rising Sun on here, which is pretty good. It's a jammin' version. And some other great songs. Mick Jagger's on here. Corky Lang plays on here from Mountain. And it's just a really good album. And it is in great shape. I'll show you the vinyl real quick on the Phantom label. This one looks near unplayed. It's near mint. And then this last one was a blind buy, but I was very glad I picked it up. It just looked interesting, and it was a UK press. It is Paul McNeil, traditionally at the Troubadour. Still in the original shrink from 1966. And the vinyl itself, on the red Decca label, this vinyl looks unplayed. And when I looked this album up on Discogs and eBay, the last one that sold went for $40 plus for some reason. And, you know, doing some research, that's about what it goes for. I don't know why it's that valuable, but I'm definitely going to try to resell this and make some money so I can buy more records. I listened to it, and it's some folk stuff, which I'm really not into. It's not bad, it's just not my type of music. So I'm definitely going to try to flip that one. But yeah, that's my big Goodwill haul. Hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thanks for watching.